Check 1, 2, check, check. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're listening to us out there, we're going to start in 5 minutes, right at 8 o'clock. Glad to have you with us. It's going to be a fun day here at the PGA Tour Superstore in Grand Rapids. And yeah, this is good stuff. People everywhere. Hi there. Yep. My friends, you are looking live at the scene outside of the brand new PGA Tour Superstore in Grand Rapids, where there is excitement in the air, there's March Madness everywhere, and there's golf everywhere. And at 9 o'clock this morning, the doors to this place will open up, and people who have literally been camping outside since Tuesday will come in to celebrate the grand opening of this awesome golf emporium. I mean, there is golf everywhere you look in here. Welcome into the first ever grand opening live stream that we've done at Michigan Golf Live. If you could see the other side of this camera and all the gear that is set up, I think you'd be fairly impressed. We have brought all the toys that we own in an attempt to present to you today a flavor, a little feel for the enthusiasm, the community involvement, the incredible scope of products that they have here at the PGA Tour Superstore. And here we are wanting to just kind of help out, spread the word, invite golfers in. So we've got a number of guests scheduled from now until 10 a.m. And along with that, we're going to give you numerous chances throughout the course of the morning to win prizes just from watching the live stream. Now, if you're on the west side of Michigan, you need to come to the store and see it for yourself. But if you're watching us from some other part of the state, today we're going to be giving you a chance as a live stream viewer, 4 different chances actually, to win $50 gift cards that you can use online at PGA Tour Superstore or in any of the bricks and mortar locations. So there's such a cool story to tell about this place and about the company and its growth. This is the 75th PGA Tour Superstore in the country, and the growth is continuing. They have more grand openings planned throughout this season. I want to help tell that story by visiting with the president of the PGA Tour Superstores. Her name is Jill Spiegel, and I caught up with her in her office in Atlanta to kind of fill in the backstory of what makes a day like this so exciting. So, by the way, she also has Michigan roots, so I'm a Wolverine, she's a Sparty. You can only imagine how this conversation is going to go with Jill Spiegel, PGA Tour Superstore president. The sounds of celebration are in the air in Grand Rapids. It is the 75th store opening for our friends at the PGA Tour Superstore, and it happens during March Madness. So you talk about madness, there's stuff happening everywhere, from seeing where my team ends up in the brackets to cutting of ribbons out front of the store. The official opening is at 9 a.m., but we wanted to kick off the live stream by bringing in a very special guest, the president of the PGA Tour Superstores, probably better known for her role as my partner in the media day last year at the Rocket Classic. Jill Spiegel, how are you? And
I'm doing great.
I know I'm supposed to say go green to you, but you also have to then say go blue to me.
Okay, well, you go first.
I can't do it. Let's just talk about this celebration.
Okay, go green. You're supposed to say go green, and then I follow up with go white, but that's okay.
I knew you were going to get me that way. Hey, what is it like for the entire Superstore family during grand opening weeks? The 75th store is a pretty big milestone, and Grand Rapids is going to be a great market for that. What's the celebration like in your end?
Well, it's really, really exciting. As you know, you were at our opening in Novi, which was our first store in Michigan, so we're thrilled to be on the west side of the state, and from what we've been told, Grand Rapids is a great golf market. It's a celebration. The Novi grand opening was one of the busiest I've ever witnessed, and I'm hoping Grand Rapids, it should bring the same amount of excitement. We have people that camp out a couple days before the store opens. We give away $30,000 worth of free product, but it's really our opportunity to welcome the customers in that market and start our relationship with them. So we're thrilled to be there. It's exciting for us. Michigan, I think, was state number 26 for us. So it's a golf rich market. We're tons of golf played up there. I know the season's not as long, but and hopefully we're getting ready to get people out onto the course now that the snow has melted, and hopefully that's the end of it. You never know up there. But just thrilled to be there. And, we call this a March Madness of our own because we're opening 2 stores this month. We're opening the one in Grand Rapids, and then 2 weeks later, we're opening our first store in Kentucky, in Louisville, which will be store number 76.
Well, the demand for the game seems to indicate that the arrow continues pointing upward, mm-hmm. and I know you're expecting that to happen on the west side of Michigan. I think that's going to be a wonderful location. You mentioned briefly that unique tradition of customers literally camping out for a night or 2 leading up to the ribbon cutting and the grand opening. Do you have any idea where that all started and how it came about, or is it really just the response to the great prizes?
I want to say that started maybe 7-8 years ago. I've been to grand openings. The one that stands out is in Fairfax, Virginia. We had a couple thousand people in line, and we could only have 400 people in the store due to fire marshal laws, and we had 1 in, 1 out until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's how busy it was. So we actually have people that go from store to store to camp out. they may not even live in Grand Rapids, but they're coming for our grand opening. And a lot of industries surged during COVID and then came right back down, but golf has not. And if you look at the statistics in 2024, it was another record year as far as rounds of golf. 5 years in a row, there's been over 500 million rounds of golf played, which is staggering. It was like in the mid 400s prior to COVID. So that momentum just continues for the sport. And these underrepresented segments, women are now up to getting close to 30% of all golfers. The largest segment is young adults, 18 to 34. More people of color are playing than ever before. So it's getting more diverse and it's getting younger. So it's the momentum just continues, and we are leaning into that. And we want to be the store for everybody, not just the avid, but we want to be the store for people that are just getting into the game. And golf can be intimidating. You and I've talked about that, and we want to be welcoming, and we want to help break down those barriers so it's not so intimidating. Because what's great about golf is different abilities can play together. Whether you're just starting out, you might be playing with somebody who's a single-digit handicap. That's the beauty of the sport, and you can play it into your 90s.
Yeah, and some of the byproducts of that surge is the need for instruction, for club fitting, the popularity of in-home simulators, and as I make my way around the store, all of that is addressed here. So let's talk first of all about kind of the importance of club fitting for a new golfer who may be an adult who is done growing but has never ever thought of this concept of having the right equipment in their hands, because maybe they've taken a few swings with a relative's clubs, or maybe it was a hand-me-down from grandpa or grandma kind of a thing. Can you speak to how PGA Tour Superstore could help make sure that if you're going to spend the money on new equipment, that it's the right equipment?
Yeah, it's critically important, and I think sometimes newer golfers don't understand how important it is to get fit. So it tends to be more the avid that's getting fit, and the customer who wants new equipment every year. But it's even more important for a new golfer to get fit, or a junior, because everybody's different. I mean, what you're going to need and what I'm going to need are very, very different. And and we take a lot of time. We have our studio where you can get more of a private session, a little bit longer. We'll fit you into upgraded shafts if the fitter thinks you may need it, but not necessarily. And then we have our bays outside of the studio where you can fit. We also have now what we call Fit and Go, where we have cabinets of club heads and different shafts. So you can come in and get a custom driver and walk out the door the same day. And the fitter's going to take the time. They're going to say, okay, what's the right head for you and what's the right shaft, and try different combinations. And you might not have to wait for that special order, which is terrific. That's something we just started doing a couple years ago. So there's so many different options. And you also mentioned in-home simulation, and I just wanted to touch on that as well. I don't know if you've been watching TGL.
Oh yeah. But by the way, I don't want to interrupt the president, but did I happen to see a moment at the last TGL where you allowed Celine Dion to take her picture with you? Is that correct?
I have to say, aside from meeting Jimmy Carter several years ago, that was the top highlight for me. I had just watched her documentary literally last week, so to get to meet her was great. Her sons are avid golfers, and that's what brought her there. I mean, a lot of the on-course golf numbers are great as well, but people are playing differently, and you have a lot of people that play both on course and are hitting into a screen. So we're seeing a lot more demand for in-home simulation, and Grand Rapids is one of the first stores where you're going to see a build out of if you want to spend $1,000 up to $50,000. It's not just it used to be where the price of entry was over that $20,000 mark, and that's not the case anymore. And I think the TGL experience and people watching that, there's going to be more demand and more interest for in-home simulation, especially if you're in a cold weather market like Michigan. And that's why the experience in the PGA Tour Superstore is so great, because you can get fit, you can take a lesson, you can look at the putting green that you're on right now. It's massive. And we probably have over 800 different putters behind you. So it's very interactive, and it's not just about selling product, it's about the experience as well. And we really pride ourselves on our associates. We spend a lot of time training them, making sure that they're the best in the industry, they're up to speed. We sent them all to California. In January, they went to the Kingdom, they went to ECPC with Callaway, they went to TPI with Titleist. So they were trained on all the current product because we want them to have all the latest, greatest knowledge. So when you go in to get fit, or I go in to get fit, they know what's right for us.
There's also that part of this game that is the fashion aspect of it all. And if I look to my left from our broadcast location, I'm seeing several thousand square feet of golf fashion from head to toe, literally. Can you speak to how the ever-changing world of fashion is reflected in the PGA Tour Superstores, both the new one in Grand Rapids and all the other locations?
Yes, so we're very proud of our apparel assortments. We have a lot of brands, we have a lot of depth. We have the largest assortment of women's apparel out there in the market. And, you know, we want to cater to everybody. We want to cater to all ages. We want to cater to, you know, all income levels. So you'll see that we have opening price all the way up to high-end product. And, you know, it's really a differentiator for us. And like I said, it's, you know, we're very proud of the assortments. You know, we have collegiate product. We have both green and white and maize and blue, depending on the market that you're in. So a tremendous amount of assortment and selection. And it's important because the customer not only wants to play in the right equipment. I mean, being fit isn't just being fit into equipment. It's also being fit into footwear and making sure that you're wearing the product that you want to look good in, but also is comfortable. And there's a lot of apparel that you can buy in our stores that you may wear to the office, and you might go right from the office to the golf course or to dinner. So there's a lot more lifestyle product than there's been in the past.
Before you and I connected for this conversation, I was talking with one of our guests who will join me a little bit later in the program. He had never been in a PGA Tour Superstore, and he came in early just to kind of get a look around. And he said, I stepped through the doors and my eyes just went, wow. You know, bright, inviting. And then, of course, there's everything here. What, for the folks who will enter the Grand Rapids location today, what's the impression you want them to leave with, even if they just come in to look around for a while?
They're going to walk in, and I'm hoping they're all going to say, wow, I've never seen anything like this. The stores are big. You know, our stores are anywhere from 25 to 60,000 square feet, depending on where they are. Grand Rapids is right around 35,000. So, wow, they have a great selection. But most importantly, I want them to leave saying, this is an incredible experience. You know, it was warm. The the store team was welcoming. You know, for us, it's more about the relationship and developing that relationship with the customer than it is the transaction. You know, the transaction is important, yes, but more importantly is, you know, if they come in and they walk out and they don't buy anything, great. We just want them to come back and to get to know our fitters and to get to know the general manager. And that's really most important to us, is that relationship that they develop with our store team.
Well, congratulations on store number 75. I know there are more to come, and we'll look forward to helping celebrate all that with you. In the meantime, I think the west side of Michigan is going to embrace the PGA Tour Superstore, and we'll continue telling the story here in the moments ahead. It's good to see you. Go blue.
Thank you, Bill. Go green.
Well, thank you, Jill, for joining us, and it is exciting to have yet another member of the PGA Tour Superstore family added to the collection, right? So the 75th Superstore right here in Grand Rapids, and there are, by the way, grand opening sales that are only going to be around for the weekend. If you're anywhere in the area, highly recommend you come out and see the place in person. And if you're looking for golf equipment, this would be a pretty good place to get it, and a really good time to do that. Now, you heard in the conversation I had with Jill, her mention about the enthusiasm of their customers and what it's like leading up to a grand opening. My friend, she was not exaggerating. The scene out front of this store, we can't take a camera out there right now, but the scene out front of this store for the last several days has been of people camping out to be among the first 50 who get through the doors. Numero uno in line. The first guy is Cyrus. And Cyrus, when did you set up your tent?
I started setting up my tent on Tuesday afternoon.
Okay. We're live. It's Saturday morning at 8:15. Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, why? Why so early?
Why not? You know, the PGA Tour Superstore offers equipment that otherwise would be thousands of dollars, and you get it for free.
So by being first in line, what are you hoping to come away with?
What am I hoping to get? I'm hoping to come away with something that can help my golf game.
Where's home for you?
New York City.
New York City?
Yeah. But I currently live in Missouri, so I drove 8 hours to get here.
Like I say, in both cases, you had a fairly healthy commute to get here. As you're making the drive up from Missouri, is there any part of you that says, hey, wait a minute, what am I doing? This is such a long drive. What was your motivation?
Golf. Golf is life right now, you know? Golf is one of those sports where you can dive into, and it's forever. It lasts forever. It's for the love of the game. The drive is worth it, and you know, I drive a Honda, so it's only
Yeah. Walk us through what your setup looks like out on the sidewalk. How have you made it? Because on Friday it was beautiful. It was 75 and sunny, but it wasn't like that coming in throughout the whole week. You had some chilly nights. So what's your setup? What's the secret to survival for 5 days?
The secret is warm clothes and a nice sleeping bag. And so you come in and you get all the gear on, you make sure you're warm, and you know, usually when you're first, you're the only one here, so it's okay to leave the line and sit in your car for a little bit for warmth.
Okay, so I've got to ask some of the practical life questions here.
Okay.
Eating, the other thing that we...
Oh, yeah.
There's no bathroom out there. There's no restaurant out there. What if you leave your tent for a half hour to go take care of some needs? What's the protocol?
So luckily, the PGA Tour Superstore has rules on their website that allows you to leave for 15 to 20 minutes to use the restroom and take a break. And normally I just go to the nearest gas station. Sometimes the local stores nearby let me use their bathroom. Yeah, and it's easier once you start getting people in line. That's actually what helps, because they keep your place in line while you go grab some food, go to a local restaurant or diner and get some food.
So how would you rate the quality of a night's sleep, sidewalk style? Have you hit REM stage? Are you exhausted
On a scale from 1 to 10, the sleep is probably about a 5.
Okay.
It's not the best, and it's not the worst.
Is there an air mattress in there?
Absolutely.
You're not going straight to cement?
No. It's an air mattress for sure.
Larry, throw me a T-shirt, because I got to ask Cyrus a question about the value proposition for what he's experienced this week as the DJ's begun playing inside.
Okay.
So what if the only thing that you came away with at the end of this whole week was a Michigan Golf Live T-shirt? Would that have made the drive from Missouri worth it?
It probably would have, but you know why? Because the experience you get with the people you meet in line. It's because...
Yeah, what's that been like? Because you become a bit of a community, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. This is the only event that I feel like a bunch of random strangers can get together and just bond within moments, within minutes, of just because of the commonality they have with the golf game.
Yeah, very cool. It's also Cyrus's birthday.
Yeah,
Today?
Yeah, it is. Today.
What number?
The 15th.
No, what number birthday?
Oh, March 3rd.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 36 now.
36.
Yes.
Will you keep doing this if there are more stores popping up? Is this
I'm going to the next one 2 weeks from now.
Where's that?
Louisville, Kentucky.
You already got that mapped out?
Yes, I got the map out for the rest of the year, man.
That's a short drive.
Yeah.
So in a perfect world, what's the prize you're coming away with for being in line? What are you hoping for today?
For me personally, I'm looking for possibly just a launch monitor to start understanding how far I'm hitting on my clubs.
Okay, very good. Well, congratulations on making it through the week. Thanks for joining me. We've got a T-shirt that fits you.
Okay.
And hopefully you'll get your desired prize, and you made it.
Yeah, I did. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So Cyrus has been on since Tuesday. We're going to bring in the guy that was in slot number 2. So you can slide on out, Cyrus, and hopefully the DJ will kick it down just a little bit for us. And we're having some fun as we kind of, the doors don't open till 9. So we're kind of laying the groundwork for what this entire celebration is going to be like. And let me bring in Adam.
This is Adam.
How's it going? How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You've got your American Dune stuff.
Yes, sir. Best golf course.
Slide on in here a little bit. Oops. So Cyrus comes in from Missouri by way of New York.
Yep.
Where'd you come in from?
I've come from Grand Rapids, 10 minutes away from here, so a little easier for me.
More realistic.
For sure.
When you first heard about this place popping up, When did you learn about the tradition of camping out?
My dad actually told me about a month ago, and I had the week off of work, and I thought it'd be worth it. So
So this is a week of vacation?
pretty much, pretty much.
People go to the beaches.
Yeah.
People go to the amusement parks. He just sleeps on the sidewalk.
Yep.
Since when?
What's that?
When did you get here?
Oh, when did you get? Wednesday around 8:30. So
In the morning?
night. Yep.
Cyrus was basically here for a full day by himself.
Correct.
As the one slot. When you pulled in, were you like, oh, come on?
I came here after work on Wednesday because I worked up till Wednesday, just to see if anybody was here. And then I talked to him, and I got really nervous because I thought that when I came back later on that I wouldn't be top 3 or something like that. So I just pretty much grabbed my stuff there and came right there.
Okay, so what's been your secret to sidewalk survival? What's your kit look like? You have a big...
Yeah, we had a big tent, nice air mattress. We were under the awning, so it was perfect.
And visiting area restaurants and gas stations
Yep.
for the necessities.
Oh yeah.
What's been the go-to food?
Go-to food? We had Qdoba. It was pretty good. It's probably my favorite.
This is not to disparage that particular food, but if I'm sleeping in a tent on the sidewalk and my nearest facilities is a couple blocks away, I'm not sure I'm going...
To Qdoba?
I mean, it's not going that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
You know, too
For sure.
graphic and everything, but that just seems like an interesting choice.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Okay, so the tradition for these stores is so established that they actually put guidelines on the PGA Tour Superstore website.
Yep.
Right? Did you study those?
Oh, a little bit. Yeah, we kind of looked it over more when we got here. But
What do you think people who are watching right now, who are getting to know this process for the first time, what might surprise them about the rules, the protocol, the etiquette for sidewalk?
rules, well, you only have 20 minutes to leave. After that, you're pretty much you lose your spot. But
So if you go to Chick-fil-A and the lines,
yeah, if it's
30 minutes later you come back, somebody does have the
they pretty much have the right to kick you out of line. So yes,
But
it
you
could
kinda
be.
become a fan.
For sure, yeah. Everyone's been great. You meet everybody, so I'd say it's worth it. So,
What's your quality of sleep been like?
not the greatest. Last night was a little rough with the storm, but
Okay,
it's all right.
In the hotel, I always, even at home, I sleep with a heavy rainstorm white noise
Oh, okay. Yep.
every night.
Yep.
All my dreams are in the rain.
Yeah.
So last night, I kind of woke up thinking, man, my app is really loud.
Yeah.
It was booming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It woke me up quite a few times. So.
So did you think maybe you were blown away at some point?
It felt like people were like pounding on the sides of the tent, so it woke me up quite a few times.
So it's Wednesday night at 8:30. Was there ever a moment where you thought, what am I doing?
No, honestly.
You were all in.
Yeah, I was all in. I thought, why not? Free set of clubs. It's worth it.
Okay, I was just going to ask you because I don't know what prizes they have allocated for the 1, 2, 3 through the 50s.
Yeah.
What are you hoping for?
So I was looking online a lot, and they don't give you like the giveaway list until the morning of, but you can find previous lists from previous stores. The majority of the newer stores had 3 sets of irons, and some of the older ones only had 1. So I was a little nervous that I wouldn't get it, but also, I mean, I wouldn't be upset with a free driver. So
you're good to go.
yeah, oh yeah,
You're in it for the experience.
oh yeah, for sure.
What's been the best part of the experience of this week?
Honestly, meeting everyone. Cyrus is a great dude. The people behind us, awesome guys. So we've just been sitting around playing cards.
Nice.
Honestly, not as bad as I thought it would be.
Have you taken any golf swings, like practice swings? Have you been out there on the sidewalk doing the shadow?
Honestly, not really. We've been playing a lot of ladder ball, so.
I saw some.
Yeah, yep. My dad brought that, so.
Okay, how's your golf trivia knowledge right now?
Could be better, but I could give it a shot.
Okay, I'm going to give you a little trivia challenge here to win some golf balls.
Okay.
Ready? We know right now the Players' Championship's going on.
For sure.
TPC Sawgrass. Who has won that event the last 2 years?
The last 2 years, I know, didn't Scotty win it today? Or, yeah. That's my guess, Scotty Scheffler.
For last year?
Oh, last year?
Yeah.
Yes.
How about the year before?
Year before, yes.
Back to back?
Back to back.
The man's correct.
Good.
Scotty Scheffler back-to-back going for a
Perfect.
So we're going to hook you up with some golf.
Awesome, I appreciate it.
T-shirt for you. And,
Okay.
It's good to meet you.
Yeah, it's good to meet you too.
Enthusiasm
Yeah, for
golf.
sure. My dad's a big fan, so.
Good. You know what? They always say my dad watches.
Yeah. I'll be watching too. So.
Are you trying to tell me that to this point you have not been? That's okay. I don't want
No.
I don't want to take your
For sure, I'll be watching
He's won
from
some
now
golf
on.
balls from a trivia contest, so we'll find some golf balls somewhere in the store for our friend here.
Awesome. It was nice meeting you.
Get back out there in line.
For sure.
You've been going more than 20 minutes. You might be in the.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully everyone's.
Come on in here. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to grab you a T-shirt and we'll have some fun. Come on in, boss. So, throughout the course of
About 7 minutes.
several weeks,
Yeah.
there has been non-stop work going on here at the PGA Tour Superstore. I mean, you take a space that was something else and turn it into what it is now, which is spectacular. We'll take a walk around in a little bit to show you what the store looks like. And the guy who's been living this, right? A lot is Brian Hughes, the general manager. I know we have to let you go in a few minutes for ribbon cutting. What has your life been like since you first got the tap on the shoulder to lead this team?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's been nothing but joy. Coming into the building where it's been almost just a blank slate and just seeing how it's
What was
developed.
in here?
Bye-bye, baby.
Okay, so certainly not a direct correlation.
No,
Okay.
not at all. No. But to see the transformation from where it started to where it is now, it's surreal. It's just fantastic.
I've had the chance to visit with other first-time guests or customers at the PGA Tour Superstore when we helped with the grand opening in Novi. And the walk through the door, first look, is eye-popping. It's bright. It's obviously brand new. It's got that new car smell, as we like to say. What experience are you hoping to deliver for your folks who are lined up today?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's kind of that same feeling. This is just a great option for someone to come and see. The wow factor is every day when I walk into the building. We've got a lot of new things happening this year with in-home simulation, which is huge, which actually we're right in the Bay right now, where people can get a visualization of what an in-home simulation experience would be at their house or garage, wherever they want to set one up, and it's very affordable.
I was speaking at an event a few weeks ago where they were talking about how popular golf in Michigan is compared to other states in the country, and we're, depending on your metric, we're number 4.
Yep.
But all the other states are year-round golf states: Florida, Texas, California. And I said, if we were allowed to count simulator rounds, all winter long, we would blow away every other state. So here we are, and you can see a little bit of it on our two-shot. We're in this kind of pseudo home theater setting. There's couches on the wall and this beautiful, who wouldn't love to have this? But not everybody has this kind of space or maybe this
Right.
kind of budget. There are smaller kits, like for a stall in your garage too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you can do an in-home simulation from start to finish for under $1,000.
Really?
Yes.
All right, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Another part of this PGA Tour Superstore experience that I just find super impressive is the club fitting expertise that your team offers. I'm hoping in the second hour of the show we might visit with one of your club fitters. I think the learning curve has largely been picked up by golfers that I don't want to go and spend $1,500, $2,000 on a set of clubs without being fit. But let me give you the floor to speak to the importance of that process so that people aren't just coming in grabbing something off the rack. I mean, we want to sell everything in the store, but we want it to be the right equipment.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, whether it's the length, grip size is a huge fitting aspect that can make the club feel better, gives you more confidence. Shaft flex, shaft weight. Of course, you got lie angles and all the different types of heads. All that is tied into a fitting. Whether you're a beginner or a tour player, naturally you want to get fit. It gives you confidence.
Yeah, it's all a very big part of it. I know you have to get running. We're going to talk more with Brian coming up in the second hour of our live stream, and we've got contests, and we're going to be giving away gift cards to the PGA Tour Superstore, but he's got a ribbon cutting to kind of get set up for. We've got a lot of people outside that want to come into this place, so we'll let you go, and we'll talk to you again in
Right
a
on.
little bit.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, thank you. Brian Hughes, the general manager here at the new PGA Tour Superstore in Grand Rapids. Now, if you're just joining us on the live stream, I'm Bill Hobson. This is Michigan Golf Live, and maybe you stumbled across it on one of our social media channels. I've heard from a couple of you watching on Instagram that the picture is cropped, and so it's hard to figure out who's where and all. I get it. Instagram doesn't work well with this, but everything else works pretty well from an orientation standpoint. So hang with us, because we're going to give you a chance to win a $50 gift card to the PGA Tour Superstore. How about we do that right now? We'll bring up the first contest. Here's what we want to do. We want this to be as live as possible. So we're going to give you the opportunity to text in to win, and you're going to text in the phrase grand opening in Grand Rapids and text it to our 24/7 contest hotline, which is 989-272-2383. You see it on the screen, 989-272-2383. Text in the phrase grand opening in Grand Rapids. Now, right now, it's 8:31. We're going to draw from all of the texts that come in at 8:40. So within the next 8 or 9 minutes, you need to text that in, and we'll announce the, well, I don't know if we'll have to, send us your name so we can announce the name of the winner along with, give you that prize. So I can hear some of the notifications coming in already. Thank you for doing that. 989-272-2383. Text in the phrase grand opening in Grand Rapids, and at 8:40, actually right after the interview we're about to have, we'll draw the name of our winner. So part of the story of the PGA Tour Superstore is the way that it connects into the community. The people who work here live in the community. The teams that play at various high schools and colleges connect into this place. And there's a really cool, really special cause that deals with adaptive golf, amputee golf, and those who have some special physical challenges, but they still love this crazy game. It's really cool to see how the Superstore helps those competitors, and they are competitors. To help fill in more of the details on that story, let me welcome in my friend Brian Bijoli, who is he's the boss, he's the director of the Michigan Amputee Golf Association. There is excitement in the air as the grand opening of this Grand Rapids PGA Tour Superstore unfolds, and the doors will officially open at 9 o'clock. Before we get there, it's fun to welcome in special guests to this live stream who have a special appreciation for the interaction between the PGA Tour Superstores and the community. Brian Bijoli is one of those folks with that appreciation. He is the president of the Michigan Amputee Golf Association, which is such a unique service to those who have physical challenges in our great game. So it's good to see you.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the brand new store. And before we get into the relationship between the association and the PGA Tour Superstores, I'd love to have you fill in some of the blanks about the association and how you became involved.
Absolutely.
In it.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be here and spread awareness regarding adaptive golf. Adaptive golf has exploded, so it's great to get the awareness out there and get more involved.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch, by the way. Even more amazing to dig into the stories of some of the competitors in there. And I know you have a lot of those stories chambered away.
You got it.
Where did it all start? Where did it come from, especially here in this state?
So the Michigan Amputee Golf Association is one of the oldest, it is the oldest regional event that we have, other than the national event. Back in 1955, it was established and really established to help amputees mentally and physically rehabilitate through the game of golf. We've expanded on that through the years and turned it into an adaptive golf really over the last 6 years. And the USGA is involved now. There's a lot going on with adaptive golf that has brought not just amputees together, but all those with disabilities that are participating as one group.
It was just a couple of years ago, I think the state championship, maybe it was the national championship, was over in Frankenmuth at the Fortress.
That's right.
And I came out to just see this whole thing unfold. And I'll always remember one competitor who had one arm.
Yep.
And I didn't see him play. I saw him come in to turn in his scorecard, and he was livid. He was livid because he had shot a 75. And he knew it could have been so much lower. And I about fell out of my chair. I was like, wait, what? So then I went out and I watched these determined competitors.
Correct.
Can you kind of speak to the mindset of those who take part in all of this? Because
Absolutely.
they're competing.
It's a great group of individuals, very inspiring group. Got your wounded warriors, your cancer survivors, stroke survivors, those with maybe some paralysis. So we've got a lot of different G classes. And yes, this is very competitive. At the same time, one thing we like to bring is that camaraderie. So the healthy competition along with the camaraderie makes it just a special weekend for our events.
And it's not just veterans,
Oh, absolutely.
right? It's anybody who has a similar physical
Correct.
disability.
Correct. You got your wounded warriors, your cancer survivors, stroke survivors. Maybe they've lost the use of an arm because of an accident. Boating accidents, car accidents, motorcycle accidents, hunting accidents. I mean, the list goes on and on. Diabetics. So there's a wide variety of those involved.
Can you kind of spell out for us
Sure.
what the therapeutic aspect of golf and golf competition is for those who take part? Because there's more to it than just the scorecard for them.
For sure, for sure. Just being out there with your peers, that's the whole mental aspect of it, and that's what we strive to achieve, is that strong mental strength. And that's why the group is so inspiring, because though they've been challenged with the loss of maybe a limb or loss of use of a limb, they're out there competing and overcoming all obstacles every single day. So that's what makes the group so inspiring.
I cannot imagine that you make it through very many of these gatherings without some tears, or at least some goosebumps at this point.
Especially when you get into the one-on-one conversations and you're getting to meet new players every year, and you find out their story and what they've really been through. It's remarkable.
So here we are in this beautiful,
Fantastic.
new PGA Tour
Amazing.
Superstore. What is the connection, and how has this company embraced what your passion is?
Well, Adaptive Golf, again, has grown really over the last, we've been around 70 years, but over the last 6-7 years, it's gotten larger. And statewide and nationally, every state is now taking on Adaptive Golf. And obviously, this is where we come to get everything we need for our events. So,
Well, you know, there are so many parts of the golf family,
yes.
from the players to the superintendents to the PGA professionals, and then to the retailers that can help fill in the bag.
Right.
There are special needs for a number of your competitors, right? So they need equipment just like everybody
right.
else. You can't play
That's
this
right.
game without it. What's the one thing that you would like everybody watching to know about the adaptive golf world that they might not already know?
Well, just the awareness of it, it does exist. You know, again, it's out there. We just need to spread the word to get people involved. A lot of family members, you know, an amputee, you know, someone who's been injured in a car accident, maybe has lost the use of a limb, maybe there's autism. Somebody knows somebody. They need to spread the word, get the awareness out, let them know that it's available to them. Because this is, again, all about trying to create that therapy to help strengthen people every single day.
And again, this connection between the PGA Tour Superstore and the Michigan Amputee Golf Association, but really adaptive golf all around the country, is not something, it's not something that the Superstore has to do, right? It's a choice. They could say, you know, we're just going to take care of the majority of the golfing universe. I would think it's pretty meaningful to you to know that they are paying attention to a smaller subsection, but such an important subsection
Absolutely,
of golf.
because one thing we try to do, we need their support. We need them out there supporting our adaptive golfers, because we can't do it. One of our main missions with the Michigan Amputee Golf Association is to make sure there is no cost barrier for these adaptive golfers to participate. It's great to have a platform for them to come and play at, but we got to do it to where there's no expense, or minimal expense involved. And without our sponsors and supporters, we can't do that.
Very thankful for the cooperation and the connection between PGA Tour Superstore and the Michigan Amputee Golf Association as we continue celebrating the grand opening of this new West Michigan location in Grand Rapids. Brian, thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thank you. Pleasure.
anytime you get the chance to see the inspiring competitors in the adaptive golf world, I just think it's just so cool. And as I mentioned to Brian in that conversation, there were multiple times when I was at one of their tournaments where I was just blown away by the dedication, the perseverance, the expectation, and all of it. It was really quite something. So kudos to them, and kudos to PGA Tour Superstore for partnering with and really helping support that worthwhile cause. We come back in here to our broadcast location inside this in-home simulator setup, and we've gone back out to the sidewalk, and we brought in Spencer.
Yes, sir.
Man, okay, so we've heard a couple stories from being outside. What's your story? When did you get there?
So we got here last night around 5 p.m.
Oh, you're just a rookie. You just
Yeah,
came in to-
unfortunately I had to go to school, but
Yeah, what grade are you in?
I'm a senior in high school.
Where?
So I go to Otsego High School.
You do?
Yeah, yep.
You play golf there?
I do, yep.
What's your home course?
Shamrock Hills is our home course in Gobles.
Have you played all 4 years?
Yes, I have, yep.
Okay, so who was the first person to put golf clubs in your hand?
Actually my cousin.
Okay.
Yeah, my cousin put golf clubs in my hand and we just went out and hit on the range and I fell in love with it, so.
So earlier we met Cyrus, who got here Tuesday to start sleeping out.
Yeah.
And then our next guest got here Wednesday. You're in the 20 slot, and you got here last night. And that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, for sure. I would consider it pretty lucky.
How'd you
Yeah.
sleep last night?
Pretty good, actually. I mean, there was quite a bit of rain, but not bad. The tent held up, so I would say pretty well.
That is good stuff. How's your game?
I'm pretty good. I'm a +2 handicap, so.
You're +2 as a
Yeah.
senior in high school?
Yep.
Quick note to everybody, do not play him for lunch money. Because if he comes out and sandbags you, it's going to be a tough way to go. So what are you hoping for? What motivated you to come get in line?
I think the biggest thing was just seeing the new opportunity, because in West Michigan we really don't have a place like this. I mean, we have, a few places spread out where you can go and get what you need, but I think just the opportunity to have all of this at our disposal is pretty incredible, really.
So in an ideal world, a little bit later on when the doors officially open in 16 minutes, what are you hoping to win?
That's a tough question. Honestly, just something that I can put to use, really. I mean, something that will really benefit me personally would be
If
the
you're
best.
a +2, I would have to think you have pretty good equipment in your bag.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I saw there's a head-to-toe FootJoy outfit. That'd be pretty
Oh.
sweet. Yeah.
So now you're getting picky. I mean, now he wants to come up. So who's the golfer you emulate from both fashion and game standpoint?
I would say probably Rory McIlroy the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you have taken the fan's phone, the guy's phone from Texas?
Probably not. That was a bold move.
I kind of liked it, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
it was interesting.
Interesting. That's one
Yeah.
word for it.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got a lovely parting gift for you as you head back out to your spot in line. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, of course.
Good luck
Thank
to
you,
you.
guys. Thank
and
you.
good luck in your senior season.
Awesome.
You're almost
Thank you.
done, man.
Almost.
Are you going to play in college?
Yeah, so I'm signed to play at the University of Detroit Mercy.
Are you
So,
really?
Yep.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited.
I love to see the future of the game, and I also got to remind myself: do not play this guy straight up. we're gonna have a problem. Good seeing you.
Yeah, good to see
All right,
you.
see you later. Okay, so let me announce the name of our contest winner, and then we're going to put some new technology to use in a walk-around wireless camera situation. We've never done it before, so we thought, why not try it while we're live on the live stream? Congratulations to Mike Caviccio, who won our first of a handful of text-in contests. So, Mike, you've got a $50 PGA Tour Superstore gift card coming to you. What I need you to do, Mike, is text me your address to that same number that your winning entry was texted to, okay? So text that in, and we will mail that card. I literally have the hard copy of them nearby, so congratulations. Now, here's what's happening up at the front of the store. A ribbon cutting is taking place. There's a DJ up there. There's a putting green up there. There are people lined up at the front entrance, and our brave, intrepid director of production, Greg Hall, who, by the way, has shot every moment of MGL TV for 26 years. Yes, he needs therapy and probably a hot tub. He now has on his shoulder a wireless camera, and he's going to walk from where we are up to the front. We're going to show off the ribbon cutting. Then I'm going to have him go on a little bit of a walk around the store to show you the breadth of the inventory here. So let's take camera one, Larry, and we're going to show what Greg's up to. I'll come over and I'll do some narration of this. Let me have that phone so he can hear me. And so right now, there's a little bit of a team gathering going on as the folks that have worked so hard to get this store open had a little pep rally just a moment ago. There is, of course, the DJ on the putting green. You can see everybody heading outside now for the ribbon cutting, and we're truly going to put this wireless camera technology to the test and see if it will actually go outside of the building as I hang out back here in our broadcast center. This is our version of high tech, right? So let's go back to one, and you know, that rain has given way to what looks like a lot of fog out there. On the right of your screen, we see Kurt, who is actually the general manager from the Novi store, but in the PGA Tour Superstore family world, they all pitch in, come and help out with things, and these stores are a heavy lift to put the finishing touches on and get ready for the opening. So let's see, Greg is in the way of the ribbon cutting right now. We don't want to get Greg in the ribbon cutting shot. It's always a good ribbon cutting when there's a giant pair of scissors nearby. So you can see to the right some of the folks who've been camping out, and you'll look in the center here. We should see Brian Hughes, who was with us just a couple. Yeah, he's got the scissors. I got to tell you, folks, I understand that retail is retail, and it's not always something that we get excited about. For this moment, for Grand Rapids, for the west side of Michigan, for the PGA Tour Superstore family, and for Brian especially, who has led this effort over the last several months. I mean, they started retrofitting this store at the end of 2024. This is a pretty cool moment. It would not surprise me at all if there was some emotion running through, either goosebumps, tears, or all of the above. It's really quite something. And I don't think we'll pick up too much of the audio out there. Well, maybe if you get closer to that speaker, Greg, we might get a little bit. I don't think so, though. But this is kind of fun. I'm glad the rain cleared away. It's supposed to be a 70-degree day over here on the west side as they get ready to cut the ribbon here at 8:48. And big round of applause for everybody. I think Brian's going to share a few words on the loudspeaker out there, just to see what he has to say. Kind of fun. You know, I was thinking also on 28th Street as motorists are driving by, they're seeing this big gathering on the sidewalk. But for the past few days, they've been seeing tents on the sidewalk and wondering what's happened to the neighborhood. And it was just people excited about this store opening and lining up. Look at all the people. Those are all the customers who have been sleeping outside for as long as since Tuesday. And that blows my mind, friends. Cyrus was first in line. Today's Cyrus's birthday, so he'll be first through the door. And there'll be a nice big celebration and a lot of applause, and the party atmosphere will really kick into gear when they officially do that. But I believe it's the first 50 people that come through the door that will receive a really cool prize to kind of make it worth their while. We visited with 3 different guests. We visited with Cyrus in the 1 slot. We visited with Adam in the 2 slot. And then we went down to the 20 slot just a moment ago and visited with Spencer, who's the high school senior golfer, a +2 handicap. You got to watch out for those +2s. So we'll stay out here for a couple minutes. And the video, by the way, I'm just going to tell you this from a technical standpoint, that's pretty darn impressive. That's actually crazy good video quality from outside the building with a wireless camera. I'm actually going to send our producer Larry out there with this microphone just to kind of hang around and see what kind of audio he can pick up from all that scene out there. So go ahead, Larry, And once you're out there, I'll bring the audio up and see if we can capture some of the sights and sounds and scenes of everything that's going on with the ribbon cutting as the big moment is finally upon us. Brian Hughes. Yeah, very cool. That's the big moment. That's the moment they've been working towards, building towards, and in a moment when the doors open and all those folks from the tent city, as well as those who are just coming out of curiosity to come and shop, they're going to have a fantastic celebration. Look at them lined up around the end of the store. Very, very cool. So our production director, Greg Hall, is out there. Now the party's moving indoors. Why don't we bring Greg back inside as best he can, and we'll have him kind of just take a little lap around the store. It's a really, I mean, if you're wondering, I wonder if they have this, or I wonder if they have that, they do. I think that's the safest answer we could give. They do. It's remarkable how much is in this place. We've even got the stroller coming in for the junior golfer, the future of our game. And the first thing you see when you come into the PGA Tour Superstore is the massive putting green. There's something in the neighborhood of 800 putters surrounding that green. And yeah, you can use all of them. You can test them out. They've got every brand under the sun. They've got the brand you're familiar with. They've got some that might be a little bit less familiar. Our friends at Detroit Putter Company, made in Michigan, are represented here in the PGA Tour Superstore, which is really cool as well. So, and you can hear the party kicking in here as Greg's over in the apparel section, which is a vast selection of everything in the world of golf fashion. As he makes his way kind of around the far side of the store. Oh yeah, the DJ has found the volume button. Well, that's part of the party, right? That's what we're looking for today. So Greg's walking through the back. We've got your Lions. There's the Michigan and Michigan State section. Got all of the shoes you could ever hope to track down and find. We've got some of the Superstore team members heading into the fitting bays because they'll do some club fitting today. We'll visit with one of the club fitters here in the not too distant future. I think Greg's picking himself out a pair of shorts. I would have more confidence in that statement, except I know he never, ever, ever, ever wears shorts. We were in Jamaica shooting a TV show, and it was 9,000 degrees, and he was in long black pants, so go figure. But that's Greg. All the brands that you'd want to see, come on over to the club section, Greg, and we'll show off a little bit of what's happening over in this world, because basically it's everything under the sun that they have here. Really fun stuff. We're just a couple moments away from our next Text In to Win contest. We'll give you another chance to do so here. So, it's rare to go into a golf retailer and see an entire section labeled left-handed clubs. But they also have these men's package sets that can take you from like full bag. Maybe you're just getting started and you don't even know what you want, what you need. You would come in, you would get fitted for them, and then you would just take the whole bag from putter all the way up to driver. I've got a nephew that's a left-handed golfer. I'm guessing he'll be investigating that section of the store. And then you see the Tour Edge section. You got Wilson over there. Of course, there's Mizuno and Cleveland and Callaway and Titleist. There's everything in here. And some really good grand opening specials. I mean, remarkable grand opening specials. Sounds like they're opening up the front doors now to the campers to come in and kind of make their way in. We've got some more special guests that are going to join us here in a few moments as well. It's kind of a fun thing to see. We've got some other community connections to make, including with the first tee of West Michigan. Their freshly minted CEO is going to join us. Ladies, the fastest growing sector in the game, ladies, getting into golf. And it can be a little bit intimidating to know what equipment to use, how to get fitted for it. And the PGA Tour Superstore not only has the entire section of ladies clubs, but they will also help make sure you're getting the right ones. To your left, Greg, a little bit is a club fitting bays. It looks just like the simulators everywhere else, but these are set aside for the extensive fitting session. So on the next one to your left, you see that wall full of shafts, and over there is where a lot of the changeability takes place. So maybe you're testing out a 3-wood, for instance, and it's not performing as you think it should. In some cases, it's the stiffness, the flexibility, and other factors, the weight of the shaft, and that would be why all of those are hanging on the wall, because they can be swapped out. So this might be a good time to head back up to the front of the store, because we've got folks, I think, coming in now as they play the entrance music. I think this was like the Bulls 1990s entrance music. Greg's going to drive. He's going to drive past or walk past our broadcast location. Hi, Greg. Good to see you. You're doing a great job. This is fantastic. As he heads back up to the front of the store. Yeah, it was kind of fun. The sense of anticipation and getting ready to welcome in the public. It only happens once for the first time, right? There's lots of special days, but there are none more special than the grand opening day. The DJ is up there ready to roll as well. I'm waiting for Greg to run into something, maybe knock something off the walls. Oh, that's fantastic. We've got a special guest going to sit in here with us for a minute. Mark Highstand, it's good to see you. Come on in, have a seat for a second. Larry, punch up camera 3 for a minute. Jump into here for a minute. This is my buddy Mark Highstand. He represents basically every brand under the sun. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you, Bill?
You're a West Michigan guy.
West Michigan guy. I live here in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Here today representing U.S. kids.
You know, what an awesome company getting these little kids into the game. When I met the president at the Novi store opening, he ended up sending a club to my grandson who absolutely loves it. Thousands of kids, right? I mean, this section will be very popular.
Yeah, it'll be a big customer for U.S. kids here.
What do you think PGA Tour Superstore means to the west side of the state?
I think it's a great addition. There's a lot of super brands here that haven't been really accessible to the public. Some of this stuff has maybe been private clubs only, and now you've got a lot of public accessible brands that maybe people haven't seen. It's going to be a great place to shop.
Did you know that we had a guy sleep out on the sidewalk since Tuesday?
Is that right?
Since Tuesday.
Were you comfortable, Bill?
No, believe me, it was not this guy. But yeah, they're loving it out there. And go ahead and punch up one again. Yeah, Greg's wandering around with the camera. You can only hope to contain him. You cannot stop him. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
He's going to head back up front and see some of the folks coming in the doors for the first time. They're getting a nice round of applause every single time. Go ahead up front, Greg. Here comes Cyrus. You know, we had him on the live stream just a moment ago, so that's how you know the doors are officially open. So what'd you get, Cyrus? What's your prize? Tailor-made. Let me see that for a minute. So by being number 1 in line, this is what Cyrus ends up with. Tailor-made, custom-made set. He's going to go get fitted for these. $1,500 value. He's going to go get fitted for those. Congratulations, man. I know that's why you wanted to get here early. Good stuff. They've got a parade coming down past our broadcast location. They're dancing. You know, after sleeping on the sidewalk for a couple days, I think dancing's probably a good way to get loosened up. Where are they all going? They're taking a lap around the store. Maize and Blue, go Blue. Good to see that. These guys, they're all going to the bathroom. There'll be a line out. They're heading to the back of the store to get their prizes. Oh, that's pretty fun. And here they go. Oh, that's good. That is good stuff. I'd take just a moment to say hello and thank you to all of you who are watching on the live stream. It's now 9 o'clock, and if you're just joining us, I'm Bill Hobson from Michigan Golf Live. And we've been on the air, live streaming on all of our social media channels since 8 a.m. in anticipation of the grand opening of this PGA Tour Superstore. It's the 75th PGA Tour Superstore in the company. The second one in Michigan. The first one opened in Novi last summer, and now here we are on the west side in what I think is going to be an incredible market for golfers and for the Superstore. And a number of these folks that are now entering the store have been sleeping out on the sidewalk for a couple days. One gentleman since Tuesday. That's dedication. And so they're entering the store now, and the first, I think, 50 in the line who've already come past us, those folks have been awarded like custom fit sets of irons, drivers, and all sorts of valuable prizes. So there's a payoff for sleeping outside so long. But it's just kind of fun to see the enthusiasm and feel the energy here in the store. And so Greg's making his way back to the broadcast location. We'll set things up again. I think what we might do is try to set, we might want to grab Brian Hughes, who is the general manager of the store, ask him to get us set up for some closest to the pin competitions, and we'll have a little bit of fun with that. So Greg's going to make his way back into the hot seat because I think it's time for another one of our Text In to Win contests. Earlier, we had a winner. We had a winner from our first contest that was about a half hour ago. That was Mike Caviccio. Now let's do contest number 2. We promised you a bunch of chances to win, so let's give you a chance to win. This time, we're going to have you text in the phrase, "Loving the live stream." Loving the live stream to 989-272-2383. Loving the live stream. 989-272-2383. Text that in now, and at 9:15 we will draw the name of the winner from all of those that come in with that phrase, "Loving the live stream." So send those in. You see the number on the screen, 989-272-2383. It's kind of funny. When the doors open on this place, it's kind of like the party begins. You're expecting confetti cannons to go off. You're expecting all sorts of things to happen. What's really happening is diehard golfers are beginning to explore for the first time, which is sort of like the Willy Wonka of golf stores. There's everything here. And if you're truly going to make your way through the entire place, I think you're going to get your steps in, let's put it that way. It's a very cool scene to see. And in a moment, we're going to grab a couple of these folks and bring them in for a little closest to the pin competition, and that'll be kind of fun to have as well. Larry, just grab this kid in the good hat. Get him in here. Yeah, come on in. This is what you call live stream on the fly. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
What's your name?
Hayden.
Hayden, how old are you?
I'm 21.
And did you sleep out overnight, or did you just come in?
I just came in, yep.
What's the atmosphere like as you enter this store on this grand opening day?
It's nice. It's very interesting. A lot of people here, as expected, because, brand new store. Has a lot more than I thought it was going to have, because I've never been to a PGA store in general. I like the simulators for fittings and stuff like that.
Isn't it?
Oh yeah,
the place,
very nice.
The place is pretty crazy, and we got the DJ going, you got all this stuff happening. So, did you play the game? I would presume. How good are you?
I'd say I'm all right.
What's the handicap?
My handicap's about 13.
Okay.
Like yesterday came out, first time of the year, shot a 95 from the tips.
But you got to play.
I got to
in
play.
March.
Exactly.
75
last
degrees.
year I was ending around low 80s.
Let's give a shout out to the West Side course where you went. Where'd you play?
Water's Edge,
I love that
definitely
place.
Amazing course in Fremont, Michigan.
We are scheduled to do a full TV show featuring them this season.
Awesome.
And I absolutely love it. How is your golf trivia knowledge?
I'd say I'm very new to watching, very new to playing. I just started playing like halfway through last year.
Started for the first time ever.
Like actually taking it seriously type golf.
Okay.
Instead of just like going out when I was 14, maybe hit one course a year.
Okay.
But like actually last year going full-time golfing, I'd say halfway through last year.
Okay, so what brand of clubs are in your hands?
I've got the Callaway AI Smokes. I went and got myself a full set of those, got fitted at Water's Edge. Tim, amazing
Nice.
guy.
Yep.
And then through a couple of the winter sales, went through and got myself wedges. I've stuck with the same putter throughout, so.
Okay, so what are you hoping to pick up today? Are you just here to browse, or what's your...
Mainly here to browse, see what all they have. I've got this nice little $20 cash card that was given to me.
Nice.
So might pick up myself a glove.
Get $20 of free money to play with.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so I'm going to throw a golf trivia question at you, and if you get it right, we'll add a MGL T-shirt to your mix, right?
All right.
So let's try to keep this. Okay, we know that the Open Championship, sometimes called the British Open, it's the oldest championship. Right? It's where the home of golf is over there, and every year the Open Championship rotates among a group of golf courses.
Okay.
Name two of them.
I will not be able to name any of them. Like
You
I
got to
said,
get one of them.
I'm
St.
just- I'm
Andrews
new
is
to-
one of them,
okay.
right? We can do that one.
Yeah. And then
Then you're done?
I'm pretty much done after that. I'm new to watching golf, so I'm
That's
just
great.
kind of trying to watch it, pick up on all the
It's
professionals.
actually a question I'd like to ask a younger guy, right? Because my generation still watches tournaments. You're wearing a hat that says good, which
Yes.
means the YouTube influencers have caught you.
Yep.
What are you more likely to watch? Like the Players' Championship, it's pretty fun to watch at TPC Sawgrass. That's going on now. Were you more excited by the Creator Classic or by watching the tournament?
So I liked watching the tournament in general. I love seeing all of the creators because a handful of them I watch.
Yeah.
Obviously good. I saw Grant Horvat won it all.
Yeah.
Love watching him do well. He's got a lot of potential to do great things.
Sure.
So it's amazing watching him. I like watching Fat Perez. Fat Perez is always a funny guy.
Okay, so now
Had
we're
the same
gonna
exact putt as Tiger Woods.
now we're gonna have a very awkward moment where I ask the question that I probably don't want the answer to. How much have you watched me?
To be honest, I have not watched it at all.
Hey, honesty is something we appreciate here, so that's going to get you a T-shirt as well.
Awesome.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
stopping by. Have
Thank you
fun
so
in the
much.
store. Yeah.
You have a wonderful day.
Hey, start watching us, would you?
Over. What's the channel?
Oh, this is hurting more and more. It'll be on your T-shirt.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, you know what? Be careful what questions you ask because you may not want the answer. I think that's how it goes. The party is underway here in the PGA Tour Superstores. The entries, I should say, are coming in from our Text in to Win contest. If you missed the details, you've got about 7 more minutes to get your entry in. Text "loving the live stream" to 989-272-2383. 989-272-2383, and you can't ask the 20-year-olds if they're watching Michigan Golf Live. It's just a lesson that I've got to learn through the years. By the way, as we've been talking and kind of setting the scene here, the customers who've been walking in have been quite a mix. I mean, there's a lot of ladies coming in. I've seen little kids come through. It's pretty fun to see the variety of golfers who are investigating this space. Obviously, for the first time ever, here on the west side of Michigan. Again, this is the 75th PGA Tour Superstore, and now that the ribbon has been cut, now that the doors have been opened, and now that the excitement is in the air, let me bring back in the general manager of this place, Brian Hughes, because I was saying, Brian, while you were out front getting ready with the giant scissors to cut the ribbon, there's got to be some emotion that builds up to that. You had to be, I don't know if you had goosebumps or tears or both. What was it like?
Yeah, a little bit of both, of course. A lot of excitement. You know, I tell my wife often, you know, I don't have to go to work, I get to go to work. And this is where I want to be. You know, I hear a lot from, you know, a lot of the people, you know, are you ready? Are you ready? Well, I'm ready because this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
I'm not scared, I'm not nervous. You know, it's just going to be so much fun. You know,
It's fun to see enthusiasm up there as well. There were people, I mean, there was a lot of cheering. I heard a little team rally in the putting green area before you guys went outside. Everybody's worked hard for this.
yeah, 100%. I mean, I can't say enough about my team. I've got a fantastic management team, got some absolutely fantastic associates working under them. Everyone's super excited. They're enthusiastic. There's a little bit of learning going on because it's a little bit of retail and specialty golf, but everyone has been really taking it in stride.
Yeah. I see everybody coming in because it's their first time. They're just kind of making a lap. It kind of seems like we're on the running track and everybody's kind of walking by us. And Greg, I don't know if you want to turn a camera out to the walkway, but I've seen all ages. We've seen a lot of ladies come in. We've seen some strollers being pushed. The demographic of golf is undergoing a seismic change. And I know that the Superstore family is aware of that. You've got an entire section for ladies. You've got the fitting and all of that. With ladies being the fastest growing sector in golf, how are you catering to that clientele base?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a healthy ladies section, lots of different types of equipment, of course, but ultimately we want to still have a fitting involved with the ladies. I mean, that's still a market that, you know, the women and the younger kids still should be fit for their golf equipment.
Yeah.
And again, it can make a big difference in their game.
So when this day ends, you probably won't have too much trouble falling asleep tonight, right? It's been a lot of late nights for you and early mornings.
There's been some hours, but it's all worth it.
Well, we're seeing smiles on everybody's faces. Congratulations. There's a young golfer coming in her stroller now, ready to go to the U.S. Junior Kids section, or U.S. Kids Golf section, I should say. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you set this thing up so I can have some fun with closest to the pin challenges, and appreciate it. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.
All right. Brian Hughes, General Manager here at the PGA Tour Superstore. And so fun, as I mentioned earlier, we're talking about community connections and how this store becomes part of the community, and how the customers coming in so far today have included a lot of little kids, a lot of those beginners just getting into the game for the first time. And it's really fun to be able to sit down next to and welcome into our live stream the newly named CEO of the First Tee of West Michigan, Tyler Smees or Smize?
Smees.
Smees. Congratulations on the
Thank you.
gig.
I appreciate it.
You've been with First Tee a long time, right? When did you start?
So in 2011, we had a ragtag group of us that got this thing going here in West Michigan. So 14 years now. Crazy, right?
My son worked as an instructor for a season or two right before COVID, and then of course everything got slammed shut.
Yeah.
We absolutely loved it. And we have seen on a national scale the First Tee explode in popularity. What has it been like for you to see it now for 14 years?
It's just been a great experience for me personally, but to see the impact that alongside the volunteers and the donors and everybody here in West Michigan, just so supportive of seeing the game of golf used to teach life skills and values. You know, it's not just about golf for us. Golf's the platform, it's the mechanism, but being able to really create high character, high integrity young men and women, that's what we're after, and to the tune of 2,400 students last year here in West Michigan.
Really?
Yeah.
So to help fill in some of that educational information, what is the experience of a fourth grader when it comes to First Tee? How is their day impacted, their weekend impacted, and it's a golf and education combination. So walk us through what that all looks like.
Yeah, so our bread and butter program that 2,400 students participate in is a 6-class session. So kids come once a week for 6 weeks, and in each class we talk about a life skill. It might be something like pursuing goals or growing through challenge or positive self-identity. And we weave that into a golf fundamental every week. So why does this matter on the golf course? But the key for us, we call it the bridge to life, is as they walk away from the golf course, we're asking them the question about how do you pursue goals at school, at home, that type of thing. And we really want their wheels spinning as they leave, because we're going to ask them next week, hey, how did that goal pursuing go last week, you know, at school and at home? And that's really what we're all about. Golf is a beautiful mechanism. All of our staff and volunteers love the game, but we love even more what the game can teach.
your instructors, I think, are referred to as coaches.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
you kind of feel like you're in that coaching environment, but doing your homework and getting your grades where they're supposed to be is a part of this journey, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. So again, life skills component. So we're trying to have a full experience for the student and come alongside them, again, in our context. So we're the first ones to tell you, like, we're not going to be your high-level tutors in math or science, but we're going to make sure we're checking in on those things, giving them assistance where they need it, and connecting the dots to other people in this community that can help them as well. So we're often that bridge to other opportunities as well. We don't expect to be the end-all, be-all, but if we're a trusted face and voice in the families that we're working with, which, by the way, 60% of our families are coming from low-income backgrounds, that's our heartbeat. We want to make sure they can get those connections that can help elevate their student to the next level.
I've had the chance over the years to meet some young people who have grown up in First Tee. It's been around long enough that some have grown up in it and have gotten college scholarships, maybe have gotten through college and have gone on to do some really cool and productive things with their lives from backgrounds that might not otherwise have had those opportunities.
Sure.
When you get a chance to learn or be a part of a success story, what's that do for your heart?
Well, I think one of the unique things that we have to our advantage at First Tee is, outside of my family unit, my family and my parents, my grandparents, coaches were the most influential in my life. And our ability to walk alongside a kid for up to 10 years, we started age 7 until graduation, that long-term impact of just being a trusted voice in their world as a coach, when I might say the same thing as mom and dad when they're 14 or 15. It just comes a little different from a coach.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, because they're called a coach, not a
exactly,
parent.
Exactly. And so that's where walking alongside those families truly does give a huge benefit to the volunteers and the coaches that we have and the mentors. And I want to be clear too, like, you don't have to be a golf savant to help with us, to be a volunteer. Like, you got to love kids. That's the most important thing for us.
Are you in need of volunteers now?
Always,
Okay,
always.
So for folks who are watching this live stream on the west side of Michigan, what's the step that they need to take to say, you know, I love golf. I care about the future of our cute community. What do they do next?
Yeah, head to our website, firstteewestmichigan.org. There's going to be a quick button that says, you know, get involved. Just go through that, fill out that form, and we're going to give you the options that they have. And we have a range of options to heavily engage, coaching multiple nights a week if you so choose, to just going out every once in a while to play 9 holes with a student. And so there's a lot of ways to engage depending on your bandwidth and availability, but we need the community. We had 350 volunteers walk alongside us last year, and we can't do what we do without them. And places like this, really, PGA Tour Superstore, we're so thrilled that they're here in our backyard.
I was just going to ask you about that connection. So why are you thrilled?
So PGA Tour Superstore has this long-standing relationship with First Tee, particularly in the markets that they serve. There's going to be leadership academies that our students are now eligible for because it's right here in our backyard that we never had access to. Students can apply for leadership trips to Atlanta, to their headquarters, out to Montana in the summertime.
Really?
It's just some real life-changing potential experiences for our kids. And on top of that, they're giving access and opportunity for our kids to engage right here in the space for free. Just a really, really strong partner across the network of First Tee chapters and PGA Tour Superstores. So it's kind of like hitting the lottery when one comes to your chapter area. So we're thrilled.
I don't know if you grew up with a passion for golf or a passion for education or all of the above. What's some of the Tyler Smee's background?
Oh man, God's done some great work for me, and I just so appreciate that. I grew up playing with my dad and my grandpa. Started at age 10. But I started working in the nonprofit world right here in West Michigan. Worked at a rescue mission, Mel Trotter Ministries downtown, and worked at a youth development organization on the west side. And so I had this love for golf and a love for giving back, particularly with teenagers for my second internship. And First Tee was this perfect blend of those two things. And you know, we've been so blessed by the community here in West Michigan to say, like, we support this. It's a philanthropic community. You know, 90% of our revenue comes through donations, just 10% from program fees. So we cannot do it without the community, and the community's really stepped up. That's why we've been able to serve so many students. Is they said either we want to engage personally with our time or with our finances. So it's been it's a beautiful story. It's been fun.
Love it. You and I share something in common. We both love golf, and we both work in the sector of serving the homeless and ministering to them through faith-based ministries. So that's very cool too. I love that. Thanks for stopping by. It's good
thank
to
you
see
for having me.
And again, folks, if you are interested in volunteering, being a part of the First Tee of West Michigan, they need your help. what a cool byproduct of today's live stream and the grand opening party that would be if a few volunteers came out and became part of Tyler's world. And as you can tell, man's got some passion for all this. Speaking of passion, there's a lot of people in this store. The aisleways are now crowded, and the fun is officially underway. We do have another contest winner, and in a couple of moments, we're going to pull some customer in here to compete with me in the closest to the pin competition. We might need to get Brian to set everything up so it's ready to go, so it doesn't have the 9-year delay on the shot. Can you get Brian to set up the closest to the pin for us? And then we'll grab somebody. Okay, my winner. We're drawing random from the Loving the Live stream. We have, I don't have the name. That's my only drawback on this one, but let's go with, well, I'll text you. You won. How about this? Well, you won. This is how you do contesting on the fly. Need your name, please. This is a 734 number. I'm not going to give the whole number out. That probably wouldn't go over very well with that particular person, but we'll find out who it is, and we will get them a $50 PGA Tour Superstore gift card from our second competition. And if they don't respond in the next 3 or 4 minutes, I'll draw another name. So if you still want to get your entries in, go ahead and text Loving the Live stream to 989-272-2383. And we are in the process of trying to track down somebody to set up our simulator for us here so we can do some closest to the pin competition. John Hill, congratulations. John is our winner. He responded right away, by the way. John, if you would please just text me your address, and we will send you a $50 PGA Tour Superstore gift card. In the meantime, we are set up in this in-home simulator bay, which is really very cool. It's an awesome spot. And in a couple of moments, as we are getting things kind of geared up, we'll bring the other camera back in so that we can see back here. I'll switch over my mic, and on the fly, we will kind of change our setting a bit. And I'm going to do something that I always tell people don't do. I'm going to just grab a club, a stock club, and going to take on some customers in a little closest to the pin fun. So we will, they're going to recycle the system and get it all set up for us here in the next couple moments. As that's happening, what I think I'd like to do is showcase for you the selection of launch monitors that they have here at the Superstore. One of the reasons for that being, as Brian mentioned earlier, the world of the in-home simulator has evolved in your favor as a consumer quite a bit. You can now go for a full kit for about $1,000. That was unheard of up until just recently, when some of the launch monitor costs went down a bit. Now obviously you can spend a lot more in this area that's behind me that you'll see in a couple moments, more than $1,000. But let's say you have a side of your garage that you got permission to turn into a simulator, and you've been dreaming about the opportunity, the ability to just hit balls all winter long. Now you've got the chance to do that. And to me, I think the key aspect of it all is making sure you have a launch monitor that gives you quality data coming back out. You don't want to go through all the trouble of putting up the screen, getting the turf, getting the lighting right, getting your netting up, and then having a launch monitor that's not reliable. So let's make sure that you are locked in on the right launch monitor. So can we take that and take a look at these launch monitors, and I'll tell everybody what they are just along this wall here. Kind of walk you through what all this looks like from a home sim setup standpoint, because there are sims that are $599 all the way up to $5,000 on display here, and a little bit of something for everybody. So let's start on the left edge with the full swing, because I'm actually in a full swing simulator bay here, and that would be, actually that's the same brand that they're using at the TGL League, right? The full swing is what Tiger's got part ownership of. So that's the one on the left. Right next to it is a very popular, brand new, hot off the presses Garmin. It's called the Approach R50. That's not powered up right now, but if it was, you would actually see the golf course and the golf holes on its display screen, which is really quite remarkable. And if you didn't have a projector, if you didn't have all of the other accoutrements that make an in-home simulator what it is, if you had a tinier space, that Garmin Approach R50 is a really good option because everything, both the golf course and the data, play out right on an iPad-sized screen. The white unit next to it is the SkyTrack launch monitor there. It comes in at about $2,500. Another good unit, that's a floor model. All of these are floor models. None of them are mounted over top, which means you can move them around, and other than the fact that you have to switch it for righty or lefty, they're very portable. The Unicore iMini Lite, which is that towery black unit next to it, is another new one. It came out just within the last like half a year. And I have a Unicore back in the MGL Sim Studio. Ours is mounted overhead, but it's very reliable. Love the technology. And I thought that this iMini Lite, which we did a test video of, a review video of, I think is something you might want to check out. So that's about $2,700 there. Now, if we're going to move into the next group of them, a little bit less expensive, the Rapsodo MLM2 Pro is about $699. That's that skinny silver one that you're seeing right next to the Unicore. And then there's a tiny Garmin Approach R10. It's about the size of like a wallet, which is second to the end. And then on the very end is the Voice Caddy coming in at about $599. So a lot of options here at the PGA Tour Superstore for you to explore in the launch monitor category, which is an increasingly popular world to explore, to say the very least. It's there's a little something for everybody, and as Brian mentioned earlier, you're able to get into that sim space if you really want to. A full kit, you can get into that for under $1,000. And I understand now that we're approaching the warmer days. We hope snow is done. As we're approaching the summery days, there won't be as much indoor golf played. But it's also a pretty good time to start investigating for a purchase you might even make in the fall to get ready for next winter. I hate to say the W word when we're enjoying nice balmy days here in the state, but it is what it is. We've got to be prepared for all things at all times, right? So it's kind of fun, kind of come grandpa with a couple of kids walking past us here, and you're seeing all ages here in the store. As we continue with our live stream broadcast here at the PGA Tour Superstore, I think we're going to grab a club fitter to come and talk with us for a couple of minutes. Is there a club fitter available next door to join us? That'd be wonderful. And in just a moment or two, we will give you another chance to win a $50 gift card. And we're still endeavoring to get the system set up behind me to do some closest to the pin competitions with everybody. So let me introduce you to our crew behind the scenes. You won't see them, but Greg Hall is our production director, and Larry Hemmerly is helping out producing and grabbing guests. So when you see me point off camera to somebody and ask him to go do something, that's what he's doing. Thanks, Larry. Good stuff. How you doing?
Good.
Come on in, Ryan. Have a seat. Scoot right on up here. We've been talking about the importance of club fitting, and it's kind of unusual for a big box retailer to have personal attention club fitting, right?
Yeah.
We're used to seeing in the big box stores just racks and racks of clubs, and people are left to kind of guess
what they want.
Yeah, so walk us through the importance of club fitting. Why does it matter?
The importance of club fitting is just figuring out and helping out with the customer what feels right to them, and just making them get into whatever club is most comfortable for them, right? And giving them that customer service to make the right decision at the end of the day, right? We're just here to help them guide to make the right purchase to help out their golf game, right? And I feel like that's the thing that I love about the PGA Superstore is you're getting that extra attention and detail to help guide the customers to make the right purchase to fit their golf game.
And you've done some training for this. It's not just a gig, right? We had the president, Jill Spiegel, on during the beginning of the live stream back at the 8 o'clock hour. she talked about how you guys are sent to the headquarters of the leading you were out at the ECPC at Callaway, you're at the Titleist TPI Institute, maybe with Ping in Arizona. What's the training like to be prepared to properly fit customers?
It's immersive. I mean, it's very detail oriented, right? It was a lot of fun, and just again, I mean, it's like you said earlier, it's not a gig, right? They want to give you the necessary training, so then you're informing the customers with the right information and everything, just to make sure, again, at the end of the day, they're making the right purchase for themselves, right? So we're just here to guide them to make that informed decision for their golf game.
What's the most common adjustment that needs to be made to a club?
I feel like a very underrated adjustment is just customers not knowing the shaft, right? I mean, whether if it's a regular, if they're swinging a little bit faster and they're younger and they can grow into their swing to bump them up to a stiff or even an extra stiff depending on how fast they are, right? Yeah. So it's just little details like that to where I feel like it's going to help them in the long run.
I went through a fitting just a couple of weeks ago, just a hybrid fitting for the new Titleist GT hybrids. And the difference in shaft weight from, I think it was 80 grams to 65 grams. Mm-hmm. We're talking grams, folks. Yeah. We're talking paper clips here. We're talking grams. Interestingly enough, though, when we went from the heavier to the lighter, it felt like an entirely different club in my hands. I don't know why, 15 grams.
You wouldn't think 15 grams would make a huge difference, right? But it does. And it's little things like that as well, to where most people, especially depending on their knowledge or how experienced they are with golf, it tends to be overlooked, right? So at the end of the day, we're just here to help share that information with them. And for the customer, like I said, I've been saying, right, to just make the most informed decision that they can. So,
well, there's one other aspect of making an informed decision. I think that across the board, golfers have what I would call delusions of grandeur about their distances.
Yeah.
Right? So you'll have somebody come in probably today interested in a set of irons. I mean, here it is, springtime, it's 70 degrees today, everybody's thinking golf. And you'll say to them at some point, let me learn something about your game.
Mm-hmm.
How far do you hit your 7-iron? Right? I mean, this is one of the questions. 6 or 7-iron is a question that you might ask. And my guess is, you tell me if I'm wrong. I don't have to be right. My guess is at some point you will hear that person say, oh, man, about 170, 175. Well, let's take some swings. Let's get you warmed up. And, right? And then you'll see that when they pure it, when they catch every bit of it, it's as solid a shot as you've ever seen them hit. It's going 151.
Yeah.
Right?
They tend to like inflate their numbers just a little bit, right?
But that's to their own detriment when it comes to fitting.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk to the consumer for a moment about what they bring to the fitting equation to help give you a fair shot at fitting them properly. What do you want them to do? What do you want them to be prepared for?
What I want them to be prepared for is just the ugly truth, I guess, right? I mean, a lot of people come in.
It is hard sometimes,
right? To where they don't want to hear it sometimes, or it's just like what you said. They might inflate their own numbers or little things like that. To where it's just the ugly truth sometimes, right? To where
this game exposes ugly truths in all of us. There are bad shots for all of us.
Hey, we're not perfect, right?
Exactly. So. At the same time, how fun is it when you see the light bulb go on in the customer's mind?
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
To where it clicks,
they finally
found it.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It's an awesome feeling.
It's fun for them too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe for the first time ever, they're experiencing the right club in their hands.
Yeah.
Especially, I've seen a number of folks come through. Especially, I saw some grandkids come through with Grandpa. Awesome, love that. My first set of clubs were my dad's.
Yeah, I think that goes with a lot of people too,
I'm
right?
6'5", my dad's 5'8".
A little short?
Yeah, but that's what I first played with until I got into the game a little more seriously and understood that me playing hunched over like a Quasimodo was not
isn't natural, right?
So we've got all sorts of factors to consider, from posture to swing speed to height to skill to budget.
Mm-hmm.
When you wrap all of that into one package, are you finding yourself recommending multiple brands, or are you brand specific? here at PGA Tour Superstore?
I mean, every customer is different, right? It kind of depends on what they're used to, what they currently have, if they're open-minded to trying different clubs, right? Because I've realized some people they're loyal to certain brands, right? And they want to keep that going.
True.
So, I mean, you just got to cater to the customer. But, I mean, like I said, every customer is different, and you just got to figure out what they like, if they're open-minded to trying different brands and whatnot. So it depends on the customer, right?
Yeah,
so,
very true. It's good to meet you. Thank you. I'm probably keeping you from working. There's probably people lined up at your
you're
stall,
all good.
so it's good
You're
to
all
see
good.
you.
Hey,
Thanks,
I appreciate
Ryan.
it.
Yeah, congratulations. Ryan is one of the club fitters here, PGA Tour Superstore. As you can hear, they're making an announcement up on the putting green, so it's fairly loud. We are endeavoring to get things ready to go back here so that we can play some closest to the pin with some of our customers in this beautiful full swing golf area. And as soon as we get that set up, I'm going to step off of this and go back there and hit some shots and see if we can give away some more prizes. In the meantime, speaking of prizes, how about another contest? How about contest number 3? If you're just joining us, let me reset the scene. We've got about 20 more minutes left of this live stream. We've been on the air on all of our social channels since 8 this morning, an hour before the doors open, as part of the celebration of this beautiful PGA Tour Superstore in Grand Rapids, the first one on the west side of the state, the second one in the state, and the 75th store in the company. Kind of a milestone store for them, which is really fun. So we love that. And throughout this live stream broadcast, we've been giving you chances to win $50 gift cards to the PGA Tour Superstore via a text in to win contest. So here's the next one. We're going to have you text in the phrase grand opening in Grand Rapids, grand opening in Grand Rapids right now to 989-272-2383. 989-272-2383 is the number to text in. And in fact, this time I'm going to draw 2 winners. It'll be our final 2 winners. So get your entries in now, and at about 9:55, we will draw the names of 2 winners for $50 gift cards here to the PGA Tour Superstore. Now, what I'd like to do is I think I'm going to head back here. Let's see if we got things set up. Larry's hard at work trying to get the simulator going for us. And we'll grab some customers here if we can get things working for us. In the meantime, just a reminder that here, we good to go? We're good to go. We're going to make a little bit of a transition here. I'm going to take off the headset. I'm going to go back to my wireless mic. Hang on a second. See if we can make all that work for us. How's that sound? We're good? We're going to go back here and hit some shots. To say that I'm loose would be inaccurate, but we are on the 19th hole at Paynes Valley at Big Cedar Lodge. So let me get Larry, grab me a competitor. I need a competitor to come in here. So here we are in this beautiful in-home simulator setup. And this is one of the examples of what they have for you here at PGA Tour Superstore. You can wrap this into your own living room if you have enough space and budget. And ever since we debuted the MGL Sim Studio, I have been a huge fan of indoor golf in the wintertime to keep us all fresh. Come on in here. What's your name?
Tom Kester.
Tom, how are you?
Good.
Stand over here for a minute, Tom. So, Tom and I are just meeting. We think we have this ready to go, right? You think we're good? I'm going to hit a shot to make sure this is good, and then we'll just have a little competition for some prizes here. So, hang on a second. This is 106 yards. This is the 19th hole at Paynes Valley at Big Cedar. We've played it in real life 3 or 4 times, I think, and this is a really good...
Top of the rock.
Top of the rock. That's right. It's my first swing of the day. This should be interesting.
Yeah, this will be my first swing of the year.
I can make lots of excuses, like the clubs are too short, I haven't warmed up. Let's see how we do here. First swing of the year? Oh boy. I think that's going to end up in the water. There's quite a delay What in the world? Okay, I didn't miss it that bad. Hang on a second. Hang on a second, full swing. I didn't miss it 40 yards to the left.
I might be able to beat that.
So Pete, hang on a second.
I don't want to talk too quick, though.
I'm blaming the technology on that one. Let's try that again. That hit in the center of the screen. Okay, what'd you do to me?
And farther right.
I'm going to aim backwards here in a minute. Holy cow. You know, the problem with the live stream is I can't edit. All right, we're going out right. I'm going to have to hit it over the sidewalk. Okay, just so you know, Tom, I aimed over here for that shot, and it ended up left of the pin. Take a few swings, and then we'll do it for real. This is Tom stepping into the full swing bay. What's that? All right, Tom's getting loose. You can reset it. Okay. Tom's first swing of the year for Tom. You know, it's not bad for the first swing of the year. That better go way left. Yeah, there's something off in the calibration. Let me show you. Tom hit that ball. That ball hit the screen here, and it ended up over here. So, Tom, you and I are having to calibrate a bit.
All right, aim way right, I guess, huh?
Hang on, we'll reset it. Let me reset it for you. Yeah, that one's, we're not.
You won the hole, though.
How did you win the hole? Here, let's just go to practice mode. We're going to try it again, Tom. This is what we call, we'll just go like that. Do lots of shots. New contest. We're going to go to Paynes Valley, right there. Here we go. I don't want to put a name in. Go. All right, Tom, we're going to pretend like this is calibrating properly. We'll let you go first. Let's see if we got it right. Fire when ready. That's a great question you ask. We'll find out together. Oh, we're going to find out. It's still off. All right, so Tom's just getting into the season. His first couple swings. I'll take a couple. Let me try a couple, see if it's in the right quadrant. Okay, let's see, Tom. I'm going to aim right just for kicks. See what's happening. Now that's right at it. That's not right at it. Tom, I have bad news for both of us. I don't think our closest to the pin competition is going to work out real well. I'm going to try one more. I'm going to aim over here. We're going to see what happens. Doesn't seem like the ideal way to do it, but...
Hey, I'm a winner by just getting to meet you, right?
You made me laugh so hard I barely hit it to the sidewalk. Okay, so almost. We're going to aim for the water on the right and see if that's the right number. Okay, this got to be good. Oh, it ended up left. Tom, have a seat over here. Let's talk for a minute. This thing is off. We're going to have Larry test it out. Have a seat. Let's visit. That did not go well. Come on in here for a second. Where are you from?
Ada, Michigan.
Ada, Michigan. So when you heard about this store opening, what got you out of bed to come in for the grand opening?
Well, I've been to the ones in Chicago, and I was just out in Palm Springs and went to the 2 out there, so I'm very familiar with PGA Superstores. Been to the one in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's the original, I
Yeah, I
think.
think so. So it just, you like being in them and see what they have. I was hoping for a certain line of clothes. I like the Peter Millar line. They don't have that in this store, but so yeah, check out.
So you mentioned this was your first swing of the year. Are you the guy who will ever visit a simulator in the winter, or?
Not really.
Not really?
I belong to Thousand Oaks here in the Grand
Beautiful
Rapids.
golf course.
And play quite a bit in the summer. My daughter's a college golf coach.
Where?
So she's at Northern Illinois University.
Nice.
So
Huskies?
they are the
That's
Huskies.
what I thought. Good.
So
Well, are we calibrated, Lair? Okay, we got one more crack at it.
All right.
He's going to set us up again. Hey, we're just having live stream fun. That's what it is. By the way, you can get your entry into the contest for a couple more minutes. The number is 989-272-2383. Come on in, guys. We're going to have a little closest to the pin showdown. We'll try it again. Let me grab that from you. Don't. Yeah, there you go. Just hit that. Okay, let's see if it works. Oh, it was? The floor, the box on the floor was tilted off. Let's see. That was our excuse. Now we have no excuses. This is the Full Swing Sim Bay. Hey, it kind of went in the right direction. A little deep. All right, partner, I'm going to get you a couple balls here. All right, step on in here. Take a couple shots. We need one more competitor. You want to come in? Come on in. You ready to swing? Sure. After Tom goes, we'll get you in there. Go, ball. Just off the edge. Not bad. I've seen worse. I've hit worse. All right, Tom, go get him. Catch the edge. Catch the edge. Get up. All right. Thanks, Tom. Larry will get you a T-shirt. Come on in, big guy. He's got his Lions jacket on. What's your name?
I'm Sam.
Sam, where are you from?
Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids?
Hudsonville. But
All right, buddy, have at it. Give me a couple shots here. We're just all swinging cold, man.
Yeah.
Good luck. This is the 19th hole at Paynes Valley. Be good to him. Isn't it fun to come in cold?
there we go.
Hey, it's alive. You want to try one more? Hit one more. Who's next? You're next. Come on in. Yeah. Come on in.
all right, Jim, 2 for 2.
Have to reset this after this shot, I think, right? Oh, that's not going to be 2 for 2.
No?
I don't think so.
Tapped it.
Come on in and have a seat while we're resetting, and we'll talk for a minute. Larry, go ahead and set that up again. All right, so you're a Grand Rapids guy.
Yeah.
When you first heard about this PGA Tour Superstore opening, what got you out of bed to come out?
These yahoos.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
Good deal on golf balls.
Golf balls.
Golf balls.
How many golf balls are we going through in a round of golf?
I bought 4 cases last year, and it lasted me the entire season.
With how many left over?
5.
5 dozen or 5 balls?
5 balls.
4 cases, 5 balls. That would indicate a lot of balls in water.
A lot of balls in water, yeah.
What seems to be the dilemma here?
Probably not getting a swing coach.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to spend the money on that yet.
Sure. Have you been fitted for your clubs?
No.
So as you walk through this place, what catches your eye? What's like, oh man, if I had the budget for that,
Yeah.
what would be the purchase?
I would probably new clubs,
Yeah.
fitted. Yep.
Let's make fun of your buddy here and see how he does.
How many has he hit?
I think that's the first one.
That's his first one.
He's at the beach.
Yeah.
Little day at the beach.
All right, Jim. Let's see what you got.
I'm gonna head back here.
Register.
Do it. A little bit of a delay. That's got potential if it gets there. Did you not take him to breakfast today? Did he not get his Wheaties in?
Try to beat you, shoot.
All right. Well, we are having fun, friends, here at the grand opening of the PGA Tour Superstore in Grand Rapids. We'll get you guys get them some T-shirts, and you want to take a swing? Come on in here. All right. Come on in. What's your name?
Brendan.
Hi, Brendan. How are you?
Good, you?
I'm good. I'm going to hit a shot, and then we can. Then I'll get out of your way. All right, well, it's on, I think. Stop. Here you go, Brendan. Step in here. 24 feet. All right, 24 feet. It didn't splash, so. All right, go get him. As we are winding down our live stream today. Last few minutes, we'll draw the name of our contest winners. Here, we've got 2 left. That's a good swing. This is not your first time playing golf. First time with a club you've never used before, though, probably. Same here. It's all right, we'll give you another one. It's not like you got to warm up. That tee's kind of in the awkward spot. All right. A little heavy, right? But if you listen closely, you can hear the sound effects of the splash. All right, good stuff. We'll make sure we grab you a T-shirt as you head on out. Thank you for stopping in. All right, let's get to our to the business at hand here. We will draw the last couple of winners for our $50 PGA Tour Superstore gift cards, and we are just going kind of random down through here. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to text this winner. It's a 248 number, and say need your name. We're going to give you about 3 minutes to get your name in, and I will do the same thing for another winner who didn't send their name. We're just going random through here. Right here, it's a 989 number. And those are our 2 winners of the live stream. So thank you to those folks for doing that. And it is really fun in here. There are people gathering around this particular simulator area watching us make fools of ourselves trying to hit this island green. But more importantly, there are people everywhere in this store, which is exactly what you want to see at grand opening day. And I just want to say kudos to the folks who have worked so hard to get this store ready, to get things prepared, to lead up to the ribbon cutting today. The traffic that has come by this location has not slowed in the least. This is going to be a very popular location. The 75th PGA Tour Superstore in the country, and job well done. Congratulations to Aaron Treemstra, who was one of those last 2 winners, and we will, and Don Conexa. our last two winners of the $50 gift cards. We will connect with them and make sure that we mail those out to them as well. I want to say a couple of words here as we kind of wrap up our time. First of all, thank you a million times over to my production director, Greg Hall, who has tirelessly put all of this stuff together. The equipment that's in this little space for the live stream, it's really quite remarkable. And I hope you have enjoyed it. I'm not expecting that anybody has watched it for 2 full hours, but if you have ducked in, ducked out, and come back again, we've worked really hard because we'd like to do this a lot more. So thank you also to the entire PGA Tour Superstore team, both those who are here with us in the store and those who are not. We've been working on this for weeks, and it's an honor really for us, a privilege to be a small part of the excitement of cracking the doors open on this new store. I know it's going to be a huge hit. West Michigan is golf crazy. We're not that far away from the Meyer LPGA Classic for Simply Give. That's at Blythefield, just a few minutes from here, coming up in June. Of course, you've got an incredible collection of golf courses here on the west side. I almost made the mistake of naming a couple of them, which would then mean I had to name all of them, which I would then skip somebody, which means I would get in trouble. Let's just say if you're looking for a place to play golf and you've never visited West Michigan to do that, you're missing out. This state is blessed with great golf from the bottom of the mitten to the top of the UP, and this west side is certainly a part of that quality equation. It's absolutely wonderful around here. So make sure you tee it up in this part of the world. Say thank you to Greg Hall, who has set all this up for us from a technical standpoint, and to Larry Hemmerly, who has also helped us produce, line up guests, and just kind of have some, and even work the simulator, just kind of have fun along the way. And thank you to all of you who've been watching us throughout this day. We would love to have you stay with us all season long with Michigan Golf Live television and radio. Our TV season starts the first week of April, and then our radio season starts the first week of May. We've got affiliates all over the state as we continue telling the great story of this wonderful game in this great state, our 26th year of Michigan Golf Live. Really appreciate you all being with us. Come on out to the store, join the party, and get caught up in kind of the excitement of not only golf and not only the PGA Tour Superstore, but spring. I mean, spring is here, and when you get a 70-degree day, what else do you want to do except think golf? So come on in, take some time to peruse what they have on display, and I have a feeling you'll come away with a little something at the end of the day. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you all soon as Michigan Golf Live continues in our 26th season, and we'll look forward to seeing you at a PGA Tour Superstore somewhere down the road. See you later.